There were over 31 million new cases of internal displacement caused by conflict, violence or disaster in 2016, and the Democratic Republic of Congo ranks as the top country for displacement caused by conflict. These are among the findings of the global report on internal displacement launched in New York, a research document produced by the Internal Displacement Monitoring Centre of the Norwegian Refugee Council. And while conflict remains a huge driver, the vast majority of new displacements are associated with disasters, often related to extreme weather.
While refugees fleeing across borders attract greater attention, it's the internal displacement of millions annually that's often at the root of the problem. Conflict-related displacement sees the DRC with 922,000 internally displaced, ahead of Syria, Iraq, Afghanistan and Nigeria.
The Democratic Republic of Congo was number one. And it's a shame, really, that we're back to having the Congo as, you know, the center, the epicenter of conflict displacement. We were supposed to end that a decade ago. I was Under-Secretary General for Humanitarian Affairs, yes, 12 to 15 years ago. I was frequently in the Congo. We were optimistic that this massive investment in peacemaking, in democracy making, in humanitarian relief, and in development efforts would lead to us coming on the right path for Congo. Now it is unraveling.
Figures from the first 5 months of this year already sees over 1 million people displaced in the DRC's Kasai province alone, while globally, disaster-related displacement is 3 times higher than conflict-related movements.
A significant number of people were also displaced in 2016 by weather-related natural hazards and disasters. As in previous years, disasters bring about the largest numbers of new internal displacements every year. In 2016, it was 3 times more than conflict, 24.2 million. Now, as I said, the majority of all new disaster-related displacements are driven by weather-related hazards like storms, typhoons, floods, wildfires and severe winter conditions. China, the Philippines and India were the 3 countries that were worst affected, as they are every single year.
While in some regions it's becoming increasingly difficult to distinguish between disasters and conflicts as the immediate cause of displacement. This report warns that displacement will continue to have major impacts if the drivers of conflict, poverty, environmental change and state fragility are not adequately addressed, while using the DRC as an example that when fragile states begin to drop off the top of the international agenda, the world faces the risk of having them re-emerge a few years later with significant numbers of new displacements with far-reaching humanitarian, political and security consequences. Bryce-Pease, SABC News, New York.